Who is Baptiste Giabiconi? Just another model? A muse of Karl Lagerfeld? When the emperor of fashion died in 2019, he left behind an empire worth over 178 million sterling and a massive mystery. Of all the possible names that could have inherited his fortune, one stood out. Baptiste Giabiconi, a young French model who for over a decade was inseparable from Karl. He followed him to runway shows, photo shoots, red carpet events, and into the most private corners of his life. In this episode of Male Glow, discover the unknown story of a man who rose from nothing to become the emotional heir of a fashion legend and one of the most desired male models on the planet.
Male Glow.
Baptiste Giabiconi was born on November 9th, 1989 in Mérignac, a small, quiet town in the south of France. The son of a humble Corsican family, he grew up far from the glamour of Paris or the international fashion runways. His first job? Working in an aircraft factory, just a regular operator in overalls. But everything changed in 2008 when, at just 19 years old, his life took a dramatic turn. On June 8 of that year, while still working as a mechanic at Eurocopter, assembling parts for helicopters, he met Karl Lagerfeld. Their first encounter took place during a casting call for a well-known underwear brand. That moment marked the beginning of everything. Baptiste soon began modeling for the Lagerfeld brand, earning an impressive 17,000 euros, and was quickly invited to participate in private photo sessions at Karl's home for his personal photography projects. And so it continued, until Karl Lagerfeld ultimately chose him as the new face of Chanel. He was young, androgynously beautiful, naturally elegant. To Karl, Baptiste was the perfect embodiment of his bold, modern vision. And just like that, the factory worker became fashion's next obsession. It didn't take long for Baptiste Giabiconi to rise to the very top. For 2 years in a row, he ranked as the #1 male model in the world, according to models.com. He graced the covers of top fashion magazines like L'Officiel Homme, Numero Homme, Flaunt, and V-Man. And of course, he became the face of some of the most iconic campaigns for Chanel and Dior. Just look at this campaign, Chanel's 2015 eyewear collection, shot alongside Kendall Jenner. Pure elegance. But even before that, Baptiste had already proven his visual power in Chanel's Fall-Winter 2011-2012 lookbook. With this brand, he did several campaigns alongside Irish model Lara Stone, including a video of the two getting ready for a shoot. He crossed borders and conquered new markets, like when he starred in a striking edition of Numero Home Thailand. That same year, Baptiste caught the eye of Chris Van Asche, who cast him in a major Dior Homme campaign in 2016. And when it comes to runway shows, Baptiste Giabiconi has walked more than his share. One of his standout moments, Balmain at Fashion Week, where his attitude and commanding presence took over the catwalk. He also walked for Dior, Fendi, and of course, Chanel. In public appearances, Baptiste was impossible to ignore. Striding with confidence, effortlessly switching between sleek sophistication and bold, eccentric looks. Backstage, you'd catch him laughing with Charles Leclerc, chatting with Cara Delevingne, or just being his playful, down-to-earth self. There was always a mix of mystery, magnetism, and charm you couldn't fake. But beyond fashion, one thing was clear. Baptiste's image was inseparably linked to one named Karl. He wasn't just another model. He was Lagerfeld's model.
Vous savez que tout le monde s'est interrogé sur la nature de votre relation. Est-ce que vous avez été amis? Est-ce que vous avez été amants? Est-ce que vous avez été...
C'était une relation filiale, très puissante. C'est un amour qu'on ne peut pas décrire.
They met when Karl was already 75, a fully established fashion Kaiser, the man who had transformed Chanel and Fendi into style empires. From that very day, their bond grew into something far beyond professional. Baptiste recalls how Karl would call him by nicknames full of affection and closeness, little signs of a relationship that ran deeper than anyone expected.
Comment est-ce que vous l'appeliez?
Mon Karl, mon petit Karl, mon amour, aussi parfois.
Baptiste describes their love with words that reveal something truly unique.
Karl, il n'a pas eu d'enfant, il n'a pas eu de famille, il n'a pas eu réellement une famille à ses côtés. Et c'était sûrement aussi pour combler un certain vide, peut-être un certain manque. Il voulait absolument que je sois son fils.
Vous avez été inondé de cadeaux?
Oui, que ce soit des habits, des montres, des bijoux, pourri gâtés comme il disait.
In everyday life, Karl showed his love with gifts.
il n'y en a que pour la canaille. Ça, c'est ses expressions.
C'est une manière de vous acheter un peu, que vous restiez près de lui?
Peut-être aussi, oui.
Beyond gifts and fashion, Karl was a master of photography. He didn't just direct runway shows, he became Baptiste's official photographer, capturing over 10,000 images that stand as a testament to an unprecedented artistic bond. Their moments together were immortalized in campaigns, photo shoots, and even personal snapshots. Their connection was so strong that Baptiste was originally entrusted with caring for Karl's iconic cat, Choupette, the Burman who became as famous as her owner. Legend has it, Baptiste left Choupette in Karl's care while he went on vacation, and the cat never returned. Since then, Choupette remained the designer's loyal companion and a symbolic figure in the controversy surrounding the inheritance. His style also evolved thanks to Karl. Baptiste experimented with looks ranging from classic Chanel blonde to a shaved haircut, always under Karl's critical yet knowing eye. He wears many different hairstyles. Here he is with short hair. Beyond the photos and fashion, Baptiste and Karl shared travels, dinners, and secrets that only they truly understood. Karl's death in February 2019 was incredibly hard for Baptiste. He misses him deeply.
Qu'est-ce qui vous manque de lui aujourd'hui?
Ce qui me manque le plus, c'est de pouvoir prendre mon téléphone, l'appeler, me confier.
After his death, Lagerfeld left behind an inheritance estimated at around 200 million euros. Among the assets, lavish properties in Paris, Vermont, and Monaco, luxury cars, historic furniture, and a private library with over 300,000 books. To this day, the inheritance remains unresolved, and the heirs are growing impatient. But the story becomes even more fascinating when we recall what Karl once told Baptiste when they were in his apartment in Monaco.
C'est chez toi, ça sera à toi.
An apartment in Monaco? No doubt, it's worth a fortune. There are memes for this moment. But Karl's legacy went far beyond real estate. His empire also included fine art, personal collections, brand shares, and an entire economic dynasty that took years to fully appraise. In the end, it was all divided among 7 beneficiaries, including his muse and lover, Baptiste Giabiconi. Also on the list, his longtime publicist Caroline Labarre, his devoted housekeeper Françoise Cassot, his loyal bodyguard Sébastien Jandot, his other favorite model Brad Koenig, British model Jake Davies, and yes, even Choupette, the cat, who is set to inherit 1.6 million euros. Choupette, the now famous Burman cat, became a celebrity in her own right, starring in ad campaigns and earning the title of the richest cat in the world. Watch it here with Kim Kardashian. And she's not the only celebrity who loves Choupette. At the 2023 Met Gala, Jared Leto stunned everyone by dressing up as Karl Lagerfeld's iconic cat, turning heads with his bold outfit. There's no doubt Baptiste gained a fortune after Karl's death. But what made him truly irresistible? What was it about him that captivated everyone, including Karl himself? It was his rare blend of delicate beauty and masculine strength. His face had near-perfect symmetry, a sharp jawline, high cheekbones, and an intense gaze that radiated mystery. His dark, arched eyebrows framed light eyes that hypnotized with contrast, and his refined bone structure gave him an elegance that felt almost unreal, like a character drawn straight from a graphic novel. He was the perfect fusion of classic model and modern pop icon. Women fell for him. He wasn't just handsome, he was visually addictive. Just look at this. But Baptiste Giabiconi isn't just a face and a body. He's a multifaceted artist who has successfully ventured beyond the runway into music and acting. His music career began in 2010 with the release of his debut single, Showtime, giving the public a glimpse of a different side of him. But he didn't stop there. In 2012, he released his first full album, Oxygen, which soared straight to #1 on the French music charts. Then, in 2016, he surprised fans once again with an EDM cover of Donna Summer's iconic Love to Love You Baby. The track reached #4 in the French charts, proving that Baptiste could blend fashion and music and do it with style. Beyond music, Baptiste also made his mark on television, especially in France. In 2012, he appeared in the Disney Channel miniseries Mère et Fille, where he showcased his acting talent in a production aimed at a young and family-friendly audience. and his presence at high-profile fashion events, especially Paris Fashion Week, remains strong. Check it out in this year's edition. At 33 years old, Baptiste Giabiconi continues to hold his place as a respected, influential figure in the fashion world, a man who evolved from muse to icon in his own right. Actor, singer, what was left? Writer, of course. In 2020, Baptiste published a book titled Karl Lagerfeld, revealing secrets and stories about his unique relationship with the Kaiser of fashion, Karl Lagerfeld. When it comes to business, Baptiste has proven he's more than just a model. He's a savvy entrepreneur. He founded his own marketing firm, Wonderwall Agency, and entered the luxury tourism sector with Casa Giabiconi, a company that rents high-end villas in the south of France. His ambition goes far beyond modeling into strategy, leadership, and brand building, proving he's forged his own path beyond the legacy of Karl Lagerfeld. And yet, despite his growing success, he has kept his private life largely out of the spotlight, maintaining a discreet, reserved profile, even as a few personal details have surfaced over the years. In 2012, rumors linked him to global pop star Katy Perry. Why? Because many photos of the two looking very close surfaced. But Baptiste was quick to clarify, they were just close friends. Whenever Katy visited Paris, they would spend time together, but there was no romantic relationship, as the model himself confirmed in interviews. That same year, Baptiste revealed he was dating a French woman named Stephanie, who lived in New York. However, the relationship didn't last long-term. For a long time, Baptiste Giabiconi's relationship with Karl Lagerfeld was at the center of speculation about a possible romantic involvement. However, Baptiste always denied that it was anything more than a fatherly bond, a deep connection, but not a romantic one. Baptiste's life took a major turn in 2022 when he surprised his Instagram followers by announcing his engagement, proudly showing off a ring and a photo with his partner, though he kept their identity private. And that wasn't all. In 2023, Baptiste shared a heartfelt black and white image of his baby. An intimate, hopeful moment that made it clear he's entering a new chapter, one focused on family and the future. Despite this personal evolution, Baptiste remains a public figure who mainly shares his professional side. With nearly 2 million followers on social media, his posts focus on modeling, fashion, and work, keeping his private life close to the chest, reserved for himself and his loved ones. Now, Baptiste is determined to carve his own path, honoring the Kaiser while proving he's more than just a protege or heir. Don't forget to subscribe to Male Glow on YouTube, where we bring you stories you won't find anywhere else.